Hi guys, and welcome back from Carly at the Herbothecary. Today it's December the 5th, so today we are out looking for bits to make our Christmas wreaths. The girls and I plan on giving them to all our family members, and we've also got a couple of friends that have asked us to make them for them, so we shall do that. Hope you guys enjoy the video. If you do, hit like and subscribe. We've got many more videos on foraging and how to use your foragers. There are quite a few Christmas crochet videos because I've been hiding inside, but just skip past those and you'll get to the goodies on foraging. So yeah, let's go see what we can find. Come on. The usual suspects for a Christmas wreath are anything that is evergreen. So we had some cedar. Don't forget your moss if you're using a live one, as that'll help keep it fresh. We did find some pine. We found some English ivy. I love those little baubles. We did find some holly, but it's gone a bit off, and we found these beautiful red sticks, which I can't wait to use. I think they'll add a great contrast. And my neighbour let me nick some of this pretty milk water, I think it's called, from his front garden. And with the light green, it made a great contrast again. Now, we do make these in Easter with eggs on. We also make them in summer with all pretty flowers on. But this one is a Christmas one. The tools we use for this are some garden snippers, a pair of pliers with cutty bits to cut the wire, and a really good pair of scissors. Now, I made this wreath from white willow branches. I made quite a few of them, but you can pick one up fairly cheaply. I got this one for £1 in Poundland. We also have a variety of different wires. Now, I always like to have a roll of wire as it makes it easier to wrap. I'll show you that later. We've got some paper covered floristry wire, some decorative wire with these little berries on. Don't often use that one. And we've also got some of these bendy little florist wires. They're all cut into smaller pieces. Then for decoration, we have some of these faux holly berries and leaves. We've got some pine cones that we collected last year, some orange pieces that we've dried out, some faux cinnamon sticks. I actually like to soak these in cinnamon and then dry them out. We've got some baubles and bells, and then this pretty little 2 bells decoration of my Christmas tree that I think will hang at the bottom so that it tinkles in the wind. I've then got some wired ribbon. I like this gold one as the wire is quite strong and you can bend it into all different shapes, and we'll be adding a bow to the top of our wreath when we're done. So let's get started with our wreath, and this is why I like a roll of wire. What you want to do is attach your wire. Now we're going to be wrapping the moss around. So if you attach and fasten, I just twist the ends of the wires together around. And then you want to get clumps of your moss. It is easier if they're in clumps because then they don't fall apart and you have to use a lot less wire. And we're just going to place the moss onto the wreath and then wrap the wire around it over and over again until it's secured. And then keep doing this without detaching your wire, without snipping your wire. Just keep going all the way around the wreath till your entire wreath is covered. This not only gives your wreath a nice rounded shape, but if you keep the moss moist, it does help keep the plant life fresher for longer. So once you've finished your entire wreath with the moss, it's now time to move on to the other plant life. Now, still not cutting that wire, I just put it taut, and I like to add the variation at the beginning. So here I've got some of the cedar and some of the milkwort, and I've cut them into small bunches. Now, I do know people who've used elastic bands to put these together before they attach them, but I find that the wire does actually hold it quite nice. So you want to keep it in small bunches so that you can work them all the way around. So I've got these ones ready, and you want to work in the direction that you were going. You want to put the bottoms of the plants towards that, and you're just going to wrap that wire a couple of times around those stems. Once those are nice and secure, you can move your wire a couple of inches down and grab your next bit and start attaching that in the same way. So all the ends of the plants are in the same direction, and all the leafy bits are in the other same direction. And just keep wrapping and working your way all the way around, adding in the little bits till you get the effect that you like. I like to make mine extra full so I can trim bits back at the end, but before you do complete it, add your hanging string or wire and then just tuck the last bits under the first bits that you've done and wire them in. I break off about 1 meter at this point because it makes it easier to wrap it round. And now it's time to pop on the decorations. So I'm going to start with a bow at the top of mine. To hide it and attach it, I put the floristry wire through a bauble or one of the little bells in this case, wrap it round, wrap it at the back, and then attach. I love wired ribbon as you can make some beautiful shapes with it, as I said. So we've got a pretty bow. To attach the pine cones, all I do is wrap the floristry wire at the bottom in between the pine cone bits, give them a quick twist, and again just attach them. I use these to fill in any little blank spots, like here you can see the moss, and again just push it through the moss, through your wire or around your wire, and then give it a good twist at the back, and then you can just bend it so there's no sharp bits, tuck it under or tuck it right back into the wreath. Now I didn't go too flamboyant with this one as I like mine a little bit simple, so we added some of those fake holly leaves and berries. Looked very cute, and the red really does stand out. I wanted the jingly bells to hang quite low and jingle in the wind, so instead of taking out the stringy bit that you put over the tree, I just tied a knot and made it a little bit smaller, put the floristry, say that 10 times fast, floristry wire through that, and then again just give it a twist and fold that in and hide it so there's no sharp nasty bits. I couldn't decide if I wanted to add maybe some orange pieces or some of the cinnamon, but I decided against it. The orange pieces mostly because mine is going on a door that has no awning, and when it gets wet I do find that the orange pieces go soft again and we don't want them to go moldy. So I'll just add a couple more of these little berry bits. I got mine from Wilko's. They're so easy. They come with the wire attached and you just push it through and bend it at the back. Did think about maybe the cinnamon, but I think this one is just perfect. So there's just one last job to do, and that's to take my snippy snips and remove any bits that I think are in the way, maneuver other bits around. If I've made it too thick in places, this is the time to thin it down. And then when you're finished with your finished project, it's time to decide whether or not you want to add some of these little battery operated lights. I just normally use the wire and thread mine around and wrap it around, but again, as I said, this one is on a door without an awning, and they're pretty much just guaranteed to rust really quickly and stop working. I have considered waterproofing them, but we're just going to go without it, as I do have a lit one on my front door already. This one is for my side door. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Hope you found at least something interesting in there. Please come back and have a look at all our other videos. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. It really does help us. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye.